Hello, my name is Dr. William Veeder. I'm going to be your instructor for your religious studies class this summer. And I just wanted to say hello, to introduce myself, and to go over just one or two things with you about how this class works and what the best way is to get a really good grade. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm just going to show you a few things, and then I will go on and we can get started here. Okay, so the first thing we want to look at is our Brightspace page. All right, now this is going to be the basic page where you find all the information for the class. With the exception, there's only one book for this class. Here it is, all right. Please purchase it. You will be doing a good deal of reading out of it. The one thing I do have to say about this class is this is an 8-week class during the summer. And that means we are packing in a whole lot of material into a relatively short period of time. So the first thing I would do would be to go right up here to coursework. All right, go to content. And here you will find the first place to start. All right, which is the syllabus. Please look at the syllabus and please understand how it works. I'll do with that in just 1 minute here. Now over to the left in the table of contents, you will see each of these modules. All right, and this is the way that you are going to navigate our course together. Now each module has a little introduction up there at the top. All right, it tells you generally which chapter in the textbook we'll be reading for this week. And you also have some PowerPoints here. You have sometimes a video lecture, sometimes another video by someone else. And each week you're going to have 2 short assignments for me to do. The first one is going to be a discussion board. You'll see here, it's called Introduce Yourself and Why Do We Study Religion? For these discussion boards, you need to post one new topic that you post yourself, and you need to respond to 2 others. All right. The second part will be some questions out of your textbook. These are fairly basic questions, could usually be answered in about a juicy paragraph, perhaps a page. And these are just to keep you sort of reading in the text and for us all to keep moving along. So each week, you're going to have a same or very similar set of assignments. All right, you're going to be reading in the textbook. You will be looking at the material that's in the modules. You will be doing a discussion, and you'll be answering questions out of the book. All right, so let's just take a brief look at our syllabus here. Okay. Important information on your syllabus. Down here, my email. All right, email is the best way to get in touch with me. I'm obviously on the computer a lot, and I will respond within 24 hours to your questions. All right, it is always better to be in touch with me more rather than less. If you have questions, if you have trouble keeping up, just whatever, please reach out. Okay, again, we only have 8 weeks, so this is a very short semester. It's a little different than your traditional semesters. Now, there are a lot of things on here that I'm going to largely leave to you to read. All right. Again, here's the information for the textbook. Textbook can be found at the C&M bookstore or wherever you wish to get it. Make sure you get the 3rd edition, because that's the one where all my page numbers make sense for. And you will really need the book in this class. Okay, at an online class, we don't have class time together, so we rely a little more on the book. Now, following down, all right, these are some of your learning outcomes in this class. This class teaches something really that we call religious literacy, which is basically understanding the origins of the major world religions, where they come from, how they developed, so that as you go out into the world, you could have a larger and more profound understanding of the human experience. Now, there are also lots of things we're going to do. We're going to help you with some critical thinking, some close reading. And these are all tools that you get most times when you take religious studies social sciences, humanities, all the things I'm good at. Okay, now, obviously, this is an online class. I will accept late work up until the midterm and followingly up until the final for the second half of the class. I do not have things released week by week. You can work generally at your own pace, though again, there's a good deal of work each week, so I wouldn't get behind. Okay. These are the way that CNM does the grades. In the final grades, there are no pluses and minuses. And here's how, here's how our class shakes out, all right? You will write an essay for me. I will give you lots of information about that essay. That essay is going to be 40% of your grade. Don't worry, I will explain everything. You're going to write that essay in chunks for me as we go through the class. Your daily questions are worth 100 points total, so that's 10% of your grade. You'll have 2 exams, a midterm and a final. My finals are not cumulative, so really you have 2 midterms, all right? And participating in your discussions is 20% of your grade, okay? Again, because we're not in class together, this is a way in which you can get to know your students and you can interact with each other, all right? Now, the grade book in Brightspace should generally keep up with this, but if you have questions about how you're doing, please reach out to me. Now, here is what we have our scheduled assignments and readings, all right? This information is also on Brightspace, so either way you want to follow it is just fine. Most times you'll have 1 chapter to read, sometimes you'll have 2. Again, you know, try to keep up with the reading. It's much easier to do a little bit of reading every night than it is to try to do it all at once. Now, very important dates, all right? During Module 5, you will turn in your midterm exam to me. I will give you copious information about it as it gets closer, but you cannot pass the class if you miss the midterm, okay? So the midterm and the final, you'll have whole modules, whole weeks where you're working on those things. I'm not going to surprise you, but just write them down on your calendar. Also remember that by the 24th of July, everything has to be turned in. Okay, now, let's just take a peek again on here. These is all the information that you will need for each week. All right, so you'll be looking here, there'll be videos here, there'll be PowerPoints to read, and just make sure that you do each of those things. I don't give multiple choice exams, so our exams will depend upon you reading all the information and on explaining terms, people, things like that, and writing an essay. All right, so I know it looks like a lot of work and it's going to be a busy semester, but I think this is a really fun class and we are going to be studying it in a kind of different way. All right, we're going to be studying these constellations of religious traditions, which is a fancy way for saying that particular religions grow and evolve out of others. We're going to take that concept as our main guiding light here, and we are going to move forward. All right, so read your syllabus, get your book, and let's get started. All right.